5. There you go. So we'll start standing just in our little posture take first of all. Okay, so we'll begin just with your feet hip distance apart, toes facing forwards. And from here, just start to lengthen through the muscles of your legs. And then we'll lift the shoulders, relax them down. And maybe lift your chin a little bit and just imagine that there's a string coming through the top of your head. So your whole body should feel like you're growing a bit taller. And we're trying to stack, so shoulders over hips, hips over knees, and knees over ankles. Just take a breath or two, so breathing in through your nose. And then just out through your mouth. Do that again, so breathing in, and as you fully exhale all of the air, start to feel a little contraction in your belly as you do that. Okay, we'll do that once more, so breathing in. Again, breathing everything out. Move back to a more normal breath, and then we'll just start to move your shoulders. So you can breathe in and out through your nose, you can breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, whatever suits you. But when we're doing the harder moves, maybe try and use that exhale through your mouth. Okay, come back in towards the center. So from here, we're going to inhale. We're going to reach up with the arms as you breathe out. So just a big stretch up. So you can bring your hands together. You can clasp them, whatever you want to when you get to the top. We're going to move over to the side. So as you exhale, just take it over towards one side. As you inhale, bring it back to the center. So keep pressing down through your feet as you do that. And then move over towards the other side. Inhale, back up to the center. And then as you exhale, just release your hands all the way back down again. So we'll do that again. So inhale. As you exhale, reach all the way up. Clasp your hands. Take it over to the left first this time. So just a little movement. Press through your feet. Come back to the middle. And then move over towards the other side. Get back into the center. And then release the hands all the way back down. Now we'll do that again. This time as you lift your arms up, and I'm going to bring them together. So we're just kind of stretching them. And then from there, you're going to bend at the elbows and just give it a little squeeze. So you're opening up through your shoulders, opening up through your chest. And then reach back up again. Do that again. So pulling down, draw the shoulder blades together, squeeze and open through your chest. And release back up. Okay, this time just bring your arms all the way back down. You can move your shoulders again if you want. We're going to move straight into balance today. So we're going to be standing on your right leg, belly pulled in. And we're going to move your left foot out and into the side. So when you're ready, we'll just step out to the side a little bit. So foot on the ground and bring it back in. So move out to the side and back in. If you want a little bit more, flex your foot, lift your foot off the ground and draw it back in. Maybe keeping that little hover off the ground as you come back in. You can always touch it down if you need to. So not going that high with the leg. Breathing out and breathing in. Good. Okay, we'll do 2 more of these. And last one. And well done. Okay, release down. Okay, we'll see our balances on the other side. So we'll stand on that left leg, belly pulled in, maybe a slight bend in your knee, and then just moving your foot out to the side and then back in again. So breathing out and breathing in. If you want a little bit more, flex your foot, hover the foot off the ground and draw it back in. So again, out to the side and in. Try and keep the rest of your body really still as you do that. You always hold on to something if you want to. Okay, do one more. And back towards the center. Okay, release the legs. Now from here, we're going to come into a squat, but we're going to add on that little sideways lift. So just a straight squat first of all, so feet facing forward, deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, bend your knees, press back through your heels. And then as you breathe in, move back up again. So do that again. So breathing out, sink back and down, chest lifted, and then move back up. So this time we'll add that leg to the right side. So we'll come down. As you come up, we'll lift your right leg out to the side. So you could either step it out or just lift it out. Bring it back in, squat back down. And we'll do it to the other side this time. So as you come back up, just move the leg out to the side a little bit. Back in, squat back down. Come up and move your leg out to the right. Good. Bring it back in, squat down, leg lift to the left. Excellent. Okay, we'll do one more on either side, so take your time. Take it to the right when you're ready. Breathing in to bring it in. Breathing out, squat back. Come up on the in-breath. Breathing out. And breathing in. Well done. Okay, come back into that squat position. Just a straight squat again. So when you're ready, deep breath in. As you breathe out, bend the legs, sink back, and move back up. Good. Okay, just warming up a little bit through your thighs. Again, the weight is back on your heels. Belly pulled in. Chest lifted. We'll do 2 more of these. And on the last one, we're going to stay down in that squat position. Now from here, we're going to try and keep everything still. We're going to move the arms. So we're going to swing the arms just back and then come back up, maybe reach them above your head a little bit. So do that again. So swing the arms back, keep the belly in and reach up. Do that again. So swing back and lift back up. And one more time. And back up. Okay, press to stand. And then give your legs a little shake. We're going to take your feet wider now. So take the feet wide, turn your toes out. So still coming into a squat position here. So again, the shoulders are still over the hips. As you bend your knees, the knees then track over the ankles and then rise back up. So we want that straight line through your spine, the tailbone pressing down towards the ground, chest lifting. You don't have to bend that much. Good. Just take it to where it feels right to you. Excellent. Okay, we'll do one more of these. We're going to stay down when you get down. If it's too much, you can always come back up. Keep your body upright. Bring your hands towards the center. We're going to move side to side. So we're going to go over towards the right, back to the middle, and over towards the left. So that side to side movement doesn't include our hips, and the legs stay as still as they can as well. And center. Breathing out, breathing in. Do 2 more. And last one. Now come back into the center, this time with our figure of 8 movement. So you're going to go down with the arms, up and then down and up. As you do that, maybe straighten the legs as you come up and down. Again, we don't want to move side to side, but it's just a straight up and down with the legs. Good. So rather than bending over towards your knees, just move your tailbone up and down. Good. 2 more. And last one. Well done. Okay, from there, come all the way back up, straighten your legs, turn your toes forwards. Inhale, big reach. As you breathe out, either just bring your hands to your thighs or maybe release all the way down. You can definitely bend your knees here. Maybe give the head a little shake. But just stretching through the back of your thighs, keep your belly pulled in. Okay, we'll move back up, so maybe bending your knees, draw your belly in, start to roll yourself back up to come up in your own way. Okay, we'll do that once more, so turn your toes out. Sink through your legs, keep the chest up, hands to the center. So we'll go to the left first this time. So over to the side and back into the center. So the hips are still. Okay, breathing out and breathing in. Well done. Okay, we'll do 2 more. And last one. So we'll do that figure of 8 again. So get the arms first, so go down and down. Good. Once you've got it, start to move through the legs, just in that same up and down movement. Good. Well done. Keep the chest lifted. Excellent. 2 more. Last one. Well done. Okay, come back up. Straighten your legs. Turn your toes forwards again. Inhale, reach up. As you breathe out, bring your hands forward, straighten through your spine. Stay here, or maybe release down a little bit. Again, just see how it all feels. Maybe move your weight slightly forwards to your balls of your feet. Lift through your belly to support your spine. Okay, we'll move back up. So bend your knees, start to roll all the way back up. Take your time as you come up. Good. And walk your feet. Okay, we'll have a little seat now. So when you're ready, just make your way down into a sitting position. You can have your legs anyway just now. We are going to roll back eventually, but not quite at the moment. So I'm just going to stay here. But you could turn side on if you want to. Okay, so when you come in, we'll separate your feet a little bit. So do make sure you change your device as well. But separate your feet, try and sit up onto your sit bones. We want a really straight spine as you do that. That's better, Delissa. So having your shoulders over your hips. And then we're going to move side to side without lifting the sit bones up off the ground. So right hand to the ground, stretch up and over, breathing into the center and breathing out to reach the other way. Okay, breathing into the middle, breathing out, stretching up and over through the side body. Good. Okay, we'll do 2 more of these. And last one. Okay, just make your way back towards the center. Now this time we're going to move back and forwards. So you take your hands behind you and we float back, opening up through your chest. And if it feels okay for your neck, you could drop the head back, just if it feels right. Breathing into the center. And as you breathe out, we're just going to fold forward. So we're not trying to get anywhere, but just relax forwards. So breathe in, come back up. As you breathe out, float the hands back, open your chest, maybe drop the head back. Breathing into the center. As you breathe out, float forwards, relax the head down. Okay, we'll do that one more time. So coming up, take the hands behind you, float back, breathing in, come back up, and then float forwards. Okay, from there, with your feet, we're just going to curl the toes under. So we'll keep the feet a little bit flexed here, curl the toes under, and then pull the toes back. So we're just working through your toes as you do that. So just curl and pull them back. Now this time hold them back, and this time we'll spread the toes. So spreading the toes, so using your mind to control it. Release, do that again, spread the toes, even the little sticky ones that stick together. And do that once more, so spread your toes, and then release. Well done. Okay, from there, bend your legs, so bring your legs in. Now we're going to come into, we're going to lift your feet off the ground, so make sure you're sitting onto your sit bones. You can take your hands behind the back of your thighs here. We want to keep the chest lifted, so as you lift your feet, we're trying not to roll back too much. So we'll take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we'll just lift one leg up, breathing in to lower it, and breathing out to lift through the other leg. So you can stay with that. If you want a little bit more, lift your feet off the ground first. So again, as you breathe out, lift one leg up. As you breathe in, lower it down. If it's too much, then bring your feet back down towards the ground. You could even just maybe rest the tip of your toes on the ground. It can sometimes help. But see how it feels when you get there. And then if you want a little bit more, maybe start to straighten the leg. So you could bring the leg a little bit straighter. And then maybe you could try both legs at the same time. I find that easier when I release my hands. I find it quite hard to do there, but you can keep your hands where they are, or you can release them. Just see how it all feels. You can even stretch them out and bring them back. If you want. Good, we'll do 2 more. And last one. Well done. Okay, you can release forwards. Maybe just give yourself a little hug there. Okay, so from there, we're going to do some roll backs. Again, working to where you can and where you want to. So maybe move down towards the bottom of your back mat a little bit more. Sit up onto your sit bones again, feet flat on the ground. And we'll start with the hands just behind the back of your thighs. So with the shoulders in line with your hips, take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, pull your belly in, so rounding in your back as you release back a little bit. Breathing in to come back up. Now stay with that. If you want a little bit more, you can reach the hands and just do the same thing with the arms. If you want a little bit more than that, and then maybe lean back a little bit more, but just work where you can. If you want to today, we're going to go all the way down onto your mat. Take a deep breath in when you get there. And then as you breathe out, move back up again. But just see how that feels. So breathing in, as you breathe out, start to roll back, draw the belly in. Breathing in at the bottom, and as you breathe out, make your way back up. Again, just see how it feels. If it doesn't feel right, just come to where you can and move up in your own way. Okay, very nice. Okay, we'll just do a couple more of these, so just take your time. And on this next one, so this last one, we'll roll down and we'll stay down. So just take your time, slowly rolling down. Well done. Okay, when you get there, we'll walk your feet in. So you want your feet hip distance. Try and make sure that you're lengthening your spine here as well. So stretch from the crown of your head down towards your tailbone. We'll take a moment to come into our neutral spine here also. So try and move through that tilted position and the arched position. So you could do that a couple of times, just till you get into your neutral spine. And then lift the pelvic floor and draw the belly in. Now we're going to interlink your fingers, take them in the back of your head, just warming up through the abdominals here. So as you breathe out, we'll start to lift through the upper body. So lifting into that chest lift. Breathing in to release back down. So do that again. So breathing out, come up. Breathing into lower. So keeping your chin just a little bit away from your chest. Keeping the elbows nice and open as you rise up. And just lifting to where you can. Maybe you just hover off the ground as you go down. So you don't have to lay your full body weight down, but you just kind of kiss the ground and then move back up again. Now staying with that, you're going to go side to side. So you're going to go over towards your right thigh, back in, and then over towards the left thigh. Again, you might not ever touch the ground here, but you're just going side to side with a little still kind of mini lift in the middle. But just warming up through the obliques, through the sides of your waist. Well done, do well. Okay, we'll just do 2 more of these. And last one. Excellent. Okay, you can have a little rest. Just release yourself down. Now from there, we're going to start to move through the legs again. So try and make sure you're still in neutral spine. Lift the pelvic floor, draw the belly in. As you breathe out, just lifting through one leg, so into that knee bend, breathing in to lower it back down. So again, breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower. If you want a little bit more there, maybe lift both legs up at the same time and lower them down. Again, just lightly touching the floor rather than placing all of your weight and without swinging through the legs. If you want a little bit more than that, then interlink your fingers, find the back of your head again. Breathe out and lift your upper body and keep the upper body lifted as you move through the legs. But again, just see how that feels. If it feels too much, then just simply leave it out. Breathing out and breathing in. Well done. Okay, we'll do 2 more. And last one. Now on this last one, we're going to lift the legs up. Release the upper body down. Now you can keep the legs as they are, to where they are at the moment. If you want to, you can straighten your legs and bring them up towards the ceiling. So it's up to you. Just work where it feels right to you. But we're going to stretch the arms up towards the ceiling as well. And we're going to be lifting the upper body up off the ground. So you take a deep breath in, and we're reaching up towards the ceiling rather than your feet. As you breathe out, lift the upper body, reach up, breathing in, release back down. So breathing out, lift the upper body up, breathing in, release back down. Again, if it feels too much, bend your legs and do it from there. So just see how it feels to you. Okay, breathing out, lift, breathing in more. We'll do 2 more. And last one. Well done. Okay, release the upper body down. Keep your legs to the arc or bend your knees, just see how it feels. This time we're going to lift through the lower body. So as you breathe out with the legs straight, just squeeze and curl and lift up. And breathing and release down. Again, it's a little bit easier with the legs bent. So if you want to keep your legs bent, then certainly do that. And we're trying not to swing too much. We're trying to use momentum. So we're curling up a little bit of time and releasing back down. Good. Now, if you want to, you're going to add these 2 together. So either with the knees bent or the legs up, we reach up with the hands. So as you breathe out, we lift the upper body, we lift up through the lower body, and breathing in, we release it all back down. So again, we're still stretching up towards the ceiling, just that the legs are coming over a little bit as they lift up. So breathing out, lift up, breathing in, release down. Okay, we'll do that twice more. So breathing out, lift up, breathing in, release. And one more time, breathing out, And release down. Well done. Slowly release your legs. Draw your knees in towards your chest. And then from there, we'll move side to side a little. So again, either feet flat on the floor or maybe at that tabletop position. As you breathe out, take the legs over to one side, breathe into the center, and move them the other way. So just a little release through the lower back. So we don't always have to be working super hard, but just work where it feels right. Good. Okay, when you're ready, make your way back towards the center. Now again, you have a choice here. So you can either keep your feet on the ground, you can lift them up to this tabletop position, or you can extend your legs up. So it's up to you. We're going to take the hands behind the back of the head again. So this time, as you breathe out, lift your upper body, and we're going to rotate over towards the right, first of all, back to the center, and then to the left. Now, if you want to, as you reach over to the right, reach your right hand up. So it kind of goes to the outside of your foot, and then to the other side. So into the center, breathing out to reach. Into the center, breathing out to reach. And again, you could have your legs bent, feet flat on the floor. Maybe use that strong out breath as you come over. Good, well done, doing well. Keep going. We'll just do 4 more of these. And last 2. Well done. Slowly release your knees down. Bend the legs. Okay, from here, we'll take your feet flat onto the ground. So we're going to do a little bridge movement. We're going to start with just a pelvic tilt. So if you separate your feet at distance, relax the upper body. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, just tilt your pelvis just forward and up. As you breathe in, move back to a more neutral position. So we're not arching. So breathe out, tilt the pelvis. Breathing in, back to neutral. So do that a couple more times, so just so you feel the difference between these moves. Now in the next one, we're going to tilt your pelvis, but then we're going to start to peel just a tiny little bit of your back. So maybe through your hips, maybe your lower back off the ground. Breathe in, start to press down from the upper part of that position and lower yourself all the way back to neutral. So breathe out, tilt the pelvis, keep it tilted as you peel the back just a tiny little bit off the ground. Breathing in, start to lower it back down. So we'll do that twice more. So breathing out, tilt and peel. Breathing into lower. And this next one, we're going to lift up into our shoulder bridge position. So we'll tilt and peel, keeping that tilt, start to rise up a little bit more. So maybe to your mid-back, maybe your upper back or your shoulders. Breathing in, start to lower yourself back down. So from the upper part of your spine, start to press as you breathe out. All the way back down towards the bottom. Breathe in when you get there, and as you breathe out, tilt your pelvis and start to peel and lift all the way back up. Breathing in at the top, breathing out to slowly lower. So just a nice, even bridge movement, trying to encourage that natural curve in your spine. Engaging through the legs, so really squeeze the inner thighs together as you're doing that. And just come up to where it feels right to you. Okay, we'll do 1 more of these. So breathing out to lift. Breathing in at the top. And then breathing out. Slowly lower yourself all the way back down. Okay, when you get to the bottom, we'll stay here, still in our neutral spine. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, just stretch your right leg away from you. So it's just a little bit lifted up off the ground. As you breathe out here, we're going to point the toes and we're going to lift the leg up just to where you can. And then you're going to flex your foot and you're going to lower all the way down. Now still with that leg, point the toes to lift up, flex your foot to lower it down. We're not touching the ground and we're just going to the height that feels right for you. Okay, do that a couple more times. And last one. Well done. Slowly lower the leg down, re-bend the leg, and we'll change stance. So as you breathe out, extend through your left leg, so just a little bit lifted. Point your toes to lift it up as you breathe out. Breathing in, flex your foot and lower it down. Just see how it feels. Keep the hips nice and still. Keep the belly pulled in, that pelvic floor lifted so it's all under control, and stretch through the muscles of your legs. Well done. Okay, last one. And then lower the leg all the way down and rebend the leg. We're going to do that again, but you have an option. So you can stay here on your back and just do the same movement. If you want to try it in a bridge position, we're going to come up to that bridge and try it there. So we'll take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, tilt your pelvis, start to rise up to the top of your bridge, wherever that happens to be. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we'll start to extend and lift up through that leg. Now from there, we're going to flex your foot. Deep, as you inhale, we'll lower the leg, so flexing the foot. And as you breathe out, start to lift it back up. So flex the foot lower. Keep your hips level and the hips high. And if it's too much, lower your hips to the ground and do it with the leg down. And you could always lower it just to your knee. If you want, you can lower it all the way to the ground, but keep these hips high. Okay, do 2 more. And last one. Okay, slowly rebend the leg and then slowly release all the way back down towards the ground. So try that again on the other side. Still keep your hips down if that felt better. Breathe out, tilt your pelvis, start to peel and lift up off the ground. So up onto your shoulders. As you breathe out, lift all the way up with that left leg. Flex your foot, inhale to lower. Breathing out, point your toes to lift. So still with that same controlled feeling as you're doing it when you had your hips down. Keep the hips as high as you can, as level as you can. Keep the leg nice and long and straight as it moves and points and flexes through your feet. Excellent. Okay, we'll do 2 more. And last one. Well done. Slowly release your foot and then slowly release all the way back down to the ground. When you get there, separate your feet quite wide, let the knees drop in, and just relax through the lower part of your spine. Well done. Okay, we're going to come in. We're going to do a little variation on a single leg stretch, but there are options, so just use the options if you need them. So come in with your feet flat onto the ground. Your option is come up to this knee bend position and do it from here, so if that feels better. If you can straighten the legs, bring the legs all the way up. Again, if it doesn't feel right, keep the legs bent. Now, if your legs are bent, hands behind the back of one of the thighs. If your legs are straight, hands behind the back, one of the rear thighs. Now, if you want a little bit more, we'll breathe out and lift through the upper body. Now, from here, you might want to move your hands now up towards your calf or maybe to your ankle, but just see where it feels. Now, with the leg you're not holding, we're going to flex your foot and lower it, and we're going to point your toes and lift it back up. So do that again. So flex your foot, lower the leg, point your toes and lift it back up. So keep that going. Try and keep the rest of your body really still. Good. And notice which leg you're holding, please, because you need to do the other one the next time. Okay, 2 more. And last one. Okay, this time we'll go into a single leg stretch. So we're going to lower the leg down as you breathe out. Breathing in, hold. And as you breathe out this time, we'll change legs. So breathing in, hold. As you breathe out, change legs. Breathing in, hold, and change legs. Now stay with that. If you want a little bit more, you're going to change on your in-breath and once again on your out-breath. Keep the upper body nice and lifted. Keep the legs nice and straight. If you want a little bit more, change to a short puffy breath and change on each of these. So breathing in and out. But keep everything really still, tapping the back of the leg rather than doing that stretch. Good. Last set. And 4 more. And well done. Slowly release and relax all the way down. Okay, we're going to do the other side. Okay, so take your time. Again, set it up. So maybe coming in so that you've got your feet lifted up off the ground. You're in this tabletop position. Maybe you extend your legs up. From here, take your hands behind the back of your thigh. So the other thigh this time, whichever one you had the last time, do the other one. Breathe out, maybe lift up, and then move your hands up towards the back of the leg somewhere. So we'll flex your foot, slowly lower that down. Point your toes and lift it all the way back up. So flex and point. See how that feels? So if it felt too much, you can always bend this leg, and rather than lowering it, you could just extend it out and draw it back in. Just see how that feels. Okay, we'll move into our single leg stretch. So when you're ready, lower that leg, breathing in, and then as you breathe out, change legs. Breathing in, breathing out, change legs. Now stay with that. If you want a little bit more, change on your in breath and your out breath. And again, if you want that short puffy breath, and we're tapping. Okay, last set. And 4 more. And well done. Slowly release, relax. Draw the knees in. Well done. Okay, from here, we're going to roll over onto your side. So it doesn't really matter which side, because we are going to do both, but take your time. As you roll over to your side, maybe use the outside edge of your mat to align your spine. We're coming into a long lying position today, so we're going really long with the arm. If you use a block, you'd always bring that arm in front, drop the block underneath your head. And then from there, stretch your legs out. Now from here, we're going to move the feet towards the front corner. So you're in a less of a really straight line here, and try and align your hips. Now today, we're going to push down through that bottom leg so we can then try and engage and lift a little bit more through the side body. Your top hand can be down, or maybe you can stretch your top hand away. Deep breath in here. As you breathe out, push through your bottom leg and lift your top leg just to level with your hip. Breathing in to lower it. Breathing out to lift back up. So just a very simple leg lift. So we're not lifting high, but we're trying to really engage through the center of your body. So push down through the outer hip on that bottom leg and lift through your waistline. Do one more. Now this time lift the leg and hold it. With that top leg, you're going to point your toes. You're going to move forwards a little bit. You're going to flex your foot and you're going to draw it back. So do that again. So point your toes, move forward, flex your foot to draw it back. So just working where you can here. So you can keep this move quite small. If you want a little more, you're going to swing it round and you're going to flex and pull it back. Again, still pressing down through that bottom leg, still lifting up through the bottom side body. Good, breathing out and breathing in. And in. Good, well done. So again, just take it to where you can. So if smaller is better for you, then keep the move small and don't bother adding the momentum. Try and keep your hips aligned, try and keep lifting through that side body as you do it. Excellent. Okay, from there, you can release your legs. Now, from here, we're going to bend the legs in. So we're going to come into this kind of more L-shaped position with your legs. So you kind of want a straight line from your hip to your knee and your knee towards your ankle. Now, all we're going to do is we're going to lift the whole of the top leg up. So you're going to lift it up and then you're going to lower it back down. Now, if you can here, again, pressing down through that bottom leg, you're going to lift it so that your knee kind of comes up towards the ceiling. But just see how that feels. Breathe in, lower it back down. So we're still lifting through the side body and we're still lifting through that top leg. Squeezing the inner thighs as you come back in. If you wanted to, you could also stretch out through your top hand, and as you breathe out and lift up through your leg, you lift up through the arm at the same time. Breathing and squeeze it all the way back in. So do that again. So breathing out, lift up, open up through that leg, breathing in, squeeze it back in. Okay, we'll do a couple more of these, so just take your time. And if you don't want to open the hips so high or so wide, then don't. Does it feel nice? Okay, last one. And well done. Slowly release all the way down. Now from there, start to press yourself up a little bit. So you can bring your hand underneath your head, sort yourself out so it feels comfortable. If you want to stay lying down there, you could probably do that as well. But still create that little gap, lift up through your side body. Bend your knees, but this time bring your feet behind you. So as you look down, you should have a kind of a straight, not a straight line, but your heels are in line with your hips. Now the feet are together, the knees are together. We're going to do a few clams here. So we're resting down. Again, you could rest all the way down if that is better for your shoulder, then do that. So we're keeping the feet together. We're going to take a deep breath in As you breathe out, lift your top knee. So open the hip up again. Breathing in, squeeze that top knee down and in. So breathing out, lift up. And breathing in, lower it down. So we're trying to open up through the hips here. So maybe even if you can, go slightly past your comfort zone here. And then as you come in, you're really squeezing the inner thighs. Good, do 2 more. Breathing out and breathing in. Now this next one, we're going to open up the legs, hold them there, and we're going to push the top knee away. So we're not letting the top knee drop down, so it's not coming in and out, but it's just back and back. So a little gentle press, keeping the side body lifted, squeezing in that feet together. Good, 2 more. And well done. Slowly release the top leg, excuse me, all the way back down. Now from there, we'll move up a little bit. So up onto your forearm now. So as you come onto your forearm, just make sure that your shoulder is over your elbow. And we're going to just work a little bit through the shoulder. So you're going to drop down and then press it up and away. So we'll release it and then extend away from it. Now we want to keep in the extended away position. So stay in that lifted position. Now we're going to lift up through your top arm. So take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, the top arm lifts up and over. As you breathe in, it just circles back down. So if that is enough for you, then you're going to stay with that one. If you want a little bit more, so try and push up and out of that shoulder a little bit, Delissa, we're going to then lift the hips. So we're going to push up and lift the hips up. As you breathe in, maybe they just kiss the floor, maybe they rest all the way down. So breathing out, lifting back up. Breathing in, release back down. Now stay with that. If you want a bit more, breathe out, lift up, and then turn your body, rotate in, breathing out, lift back up, and then release down. So do that again. So breathing out, lift up, that little rotation round if you want. Breathing out, lift up again, and then release down. Okay, we'll do 2 more. So breathing out, lift, and rotate. Breathing in, lift, and lower. And last one. So up, that little rotation if you can. Good, and lower. Well done. Okay, we'll move to the other side. So we'll just sit up into the center, swing your legs round. So as you come down, again, we're doing that long lying position. So use the outer edge of your mat, align your arm, align your spine. Again, use a block for your head if you want to. Stretch your legs out and then start to move your feet towards that front corner. So we're pushing down through the outer edge of your hip. We're lifting through the side body a little bit. And if you don't need your top hand, then take it away. So when you're ready, push through your bottom leg, lift your top leg up, breathing in to release it. So without letting the bottom leg kind of collapse, or the top leg collapse onto the bottom leg, we keep a little gap. Okay, breathing out to lift up, breathing into lower. So nice and easy, just to level with your hip. Do 1 more. On this lifted one, we're going to hold it here. So we'll point toes, we'll move it forwards a little bit, and we'll flex the foot and pull it back a little bit. So again, if you need your bottom hand down to do that, then do that, but just take it to where you can. If you want to, you can make the move bigger, and you can also add a little bit of momentum. So we start to push down even more through that bottom leg, lifting up even more through the side body as we start to increase the extent of the move and also the force that we're applying to the move. Okay, but keep lifting through the side waist as you do it. Keep the hips nice and level. Well done. We'll do 2 more. And last one. Okay, so we'll stay down on that arm for the next one, but we'll bend the knees all the way in. So I say all the way in, but you want a straight line from your hip to your knees, so your knees are not kind of in towards your chest at all. And make sure your feet are not lagging behind, so bring them in line with your knees also. So again, lifting through the bottom side waist, maybe take that top arm away. Now this time the whole leg lifts. As you breathe out, just lift it away from the bottom leg to start, and then breathe in, squeeze it back in. So you could stay with this, just lifting it to there. If you want a little bit more, we'll lift the leg, but we open it up so it comes more towards the ceiling. Breathing in, bring it all the way back round again. So breathing out, lift it up, open your hips a little bit, breathing in, squeeze it back in. Now, if you want more than that, we'll add the arm. So we'll stretch that top arm out. As you breathe out, we'll lift the arm, open up through the hand. So it's kind of like opening a book. And then breathing in, we squeeze it and close that book up again. So breathing out, lift up, open. Breathing in, squeeze it back together. Good, well done. Okay, we'll do a couple more of these. Again, just work. We can do one more. And breathing in. Well done. Slowly release, back down. So we'll come up a little bit. So push yourself up. Again, if it felt more comfortable to stay down, then stay down. Move your feet back. So this time they're more in line with your hips. Inner part of your feet together. And then as you breathe out, we're going to open up through that top hip. And as you breathe in, squeeze it back in. So you could take your top hand away again if you don't need it. Good. Push down a little bit more through that bottom leg if you want to. And squeeze and open a little bit more if you can through the hip. Good. We'll do a couple more. So on this next one, we'll lift the top hip open, we'll keep it there, and then pushing away with the outer edge of that knee, just teeny tiny little pulses without leaning back or rolling back. Just keep those hips where you are, keep pressing down through that bottom leg. Good, breathe. And last set. And last 4. And well done. Slowly close the legs over. Okay, from here, we'll move up again, so push up. Come up onto your forearm once more. So again, aligning the shoulders with that elbow. So just a few of these little shoulder movements. So just drop the shoulder down so you can see when you're depressing the shoulder, and then push up out of it. So elevate the shoulder. So again, depress down and then elevate up. So we want to be in this lifted or elevated position. So we're going to stay here, lifting through your side body. As you breathe out, reach up and over with your top hand. And as you breathe in, bring it back round. So you might just stay with that. If you want a bit more, breathe out, lift the hips, and breathing in, take it back down. Again, work where you can, where it feels best to you. And maybe the hips don't go all the way down as you come down. If you want a bit more, we'll rotate. So we'll go up first, rotate under, so turn the body, breathing in, lift up, and then slowly lower back down again. So breathing out, lift up and over. Good, add that little rotation, lift up and over, and release down. Okay, we'll do that twice more, so lift. Again, you can always leave out the rotation if you want. And lower, and one last time. Good. And well done, slowly release all the way down. Well done. Okay, from there, we're going to move to an all fours position. So just take your time. Press yourself up. Come onto your hands and onto your knees. And we're going to do a little bit through these kittens. So just trying to really isolate our hips and our lower back. So separate your knees. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're just tucking the tailbone a little bit and drawing the belly in. As you breathe in, push the hips back, arch your back, drop the belly down. So do that again, so breathing out, tuck the tailbone, draw your belly in, and breathing in, arch the back. So remember, there's no movement here in the upper body at all. So we're not moving through the head, we're not moving through the shoulders. It's just a very simple tilt and arch through your very low back and your hips. Now we're using this, of course, to come into our neutral spine. So we'll take a few more of these movements, maybe make them smaller, maybe make them a little bit slower, and make your way into a neutral spine position here. Now, as you do that, we're going to draw the belly in. And again, you could do this on your forearms if you feel this is too much. But we're going to do a little beast here. So we're going to tuck the toes under. We'll take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to hover the knees just a little bit up off the ground. Breathing in, release it back down. So do that again. So breathing out, lift the knees up, hover, and breathing in, lower back down. Again, if it's too much, you'd always come down onto your forearms, do it here. So just lift up and lower down. Okay, we'll do 2 more of these. So just lift and lower, and one last time. And lower, well done. Okay, you can push back just to a child's pose, just take a little rest. So for the next one, I'm going to move through a little bit of a plank position. So again, there's no reason that you need to actually do a full plank here, but we're coming into the hands and the knees again, back into that neutral spine, lifting through your pelvic floor. So take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, extend your right leg behind you, but have the toes on the ground. Now breathe in, bring that leg back in and change sides. So you could just stay on this. So you're just extending through one leg. The foot is on the ground as you extend it away, and then we extend through the other leg. Now if you want a little bit more, as you breathe out, one leg extends, you keep it there, and you extend the other leg. And then you walk them back in, one at a time, and then the other leg. So breathing out, extend one leg. Take the other leg out, bring one leg in, and bring the other leg in. Again, just see how that feels. If it feels too much, then just don't do it. Good. Keep your bottom nice and low. Keep the belly pulled in. Keep the weight of your shoulders over your wrists. Good. Excellent. Okay, we'll just do two more. And on the last one, if you want to, you can either stay up in this plank, or you can lower down and stay in this plank, or you can lower down to your forearms and stay in this elbow plank, but just see how it feels. We'll not be there very long. Yes, just two more breaths. Well done. Okay, from there, we are going to lower all the way to the ground, so you can make your own way down. When you get there, you can bring your arms around, drop your head down, relax the upper body, and separate your feet. So the feet are hip distance. We're just going to do a single leg lift to start. So deep breath in, pubic bone down, belly button lifting. As you breathe out, lift one long straight leg, breathing into lower it, and then change sides. So just doing a little bit to warm up through the lower back, through the glutes. Good. And maybe when you're doing this, try and squeeze through your bottom before you actually do the lift. So squeeze and then lift. So rather than the leg being kind of the dominant muscle that you're using, try and squeeze in the bottom and lift the leg from there. See if that feels any different. So squeeze and lift and release down. So breathing out, breathing in. Now keep that going. So we're going to change it to two singles and a double so it becomes a little bit quicker. So when you're ready, lift one leg up, other leg lifts, and then both of them together. So again, still squeezing in the glutes as you're doing that. Change the starting legs to single, single, and then both legs together. Okay, so we'll do that again a couple more times. Again, just squeezing the bottom as you do that. Both legs lift. And last time, and both legs lift. Okay, from here, we're going to come in and do our little swan position. So just a baby swan. So relax your feet and legs. Bring your arms round, so to that L-shaped position. From there, turn your head towards your mat. So imagine there's that little marble there. And then start to roll it away with your nose, lifting up through your nose, your chin, maybe a tiny bit of your chest. Breathing in, start to lower all the way down. So do that again, so rolling that marble away. Maybe you come up progressively higher, so maybe you lift a little bit more, but just see how that feels. Good. So again, rolling it away and lifting it up to where you can, and smoothly lowering down. So keeping the same pace on the lift and on the lower. Good. Okay, on your next lift, we're going to lift it up and hold it. Now, from here, you can just stay here, okay? You could even bring your hands back in and drop your head down. So we're going to do the legs again. So if it doesn't feel right to do them here, bring your arms down, body down. So breathing out, single leg lifts, other leg lifts, and then both of your legs together. So we'll do that again. So one leg lifts, other leg lifts, both of them together. But just see how it feels. If it doesn't feel right, lowering the upper body and doing it from there. Excellent. Okay, we'll just do a couple more sets. So again, just work where you can. And last set. Now done. Slowly and carefully, just release yourself all the way down. Maybe bring your arms round, drop your head back down. Okay, from here, we're going to come into a much wider position with your arms and legs. So we're going to do that star move. So we'll separate your feet as wide as your mat, so the toes go all the way out to the edges of your mat. And then spread your arms wide. So again, to the edges of your mat. So you've got this really wide star position with your arms and legs. Now you can have your forehead down on the ground here. You can lift your chest as you do it. But we're going to do opposite arm to leg. So when you're ready, as you breathe out, just lifting through that opposite arm to leg, breathing and release down, and then change and lift through the opposite arm to leg, breathing into lower. Good. So stretching through your fingers, lifting through your arms and legs. And again, you can stay on that. If you want a little bit more, we're going to do 2 singles and a double again. So it'll be like this. So it'll be opposite arm to leg, and then breathing out, lift both arms, both legs, lift up, breathing into lower. So again, opposite arm to leg, both arms, both legs, lift, maybe the chest lifts as well, and then release back down. But just work where you can. If it feels too much, you can always do legs only, so just see how that goes. But stretching from your fingers all the way down towards your feet. Good, very nice. Excellent. Okay, we'll just do 2 more of these. Just take your time, 2 more full sets if you can. And last time. Well done. Slowly release. Maybe bring your arms back round, maybe drop your head down. Just relaxing there. Okay, from here, we'll start to make our way up to an all fours position again. So as you come up, we're just going to stretch out through your spine when you move up. So we'll do some cat and cow movements. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Breathing in, dropping the belly, and then lifting through your chest. As you breathe out, pull the belly in, round through your back. So again, just moving through that just in your own way, just stretching out through your spine. Okay, we'll do 1 more of these. And just when you're ready, we'll make our way back in towards the centre. Now as you come in, we're going to lift through your right arm. So as you inhale, we're going to lift up through your right arm, so stretching up. And then as you breathe out, we'll take it underneath that left arm. And we're going to do that again. So inhale, reach back up again, so coming all the way back up. And then as you breathe out, take it under. Okay, we'll do that 1 more time. So inhale, reaching up. As you breathe out, take it under. Now this time as you come down, if you can, lay your weight onto that shoulder. Maybe turn the head to the side. And just resting there, so trying to stretch the shoulder out a little. If you want to, you can always stretch that left arm in front of you. Just get a little stretch through the arm there as well. Okay, we'll make our way back up. So bringing that left hand in front of your face, start to press yourself up. We'll do the other side. So when you're ready, inhale, reaching up with the left arm and then just spreading it underneath. So a little hover as you come down. Again, reaching up, rotate your body as you reach and then bring it back under. Okay, we'll do that once more. So lifting up, stretching up, bring it back under. So this time we'll lay down onto that arm, maybe stretching your right fingertips away so you get a big stretch through the right hand as well. Okay, when you're ready, slowly bring that right hand towards your face, start to press yourself back up. Good. Okay, we're going to have a little seat. So we're going to come down onto our back to do a couple of stretches today. So as you come onto a seat, you can just actually lie down on your back if you want. If you want to roll back, then please don't let me stop you. So you can reach your hands, you can draw your belly in, you can start to roll down from there. But if you've had enough, just lay down. Okay, so when you come down onto your mat this time, we'll draw your right knee towards your chest and then we'll start to extend away with the left leg. As you draw your right knee in, really try and draw it in a little bit more towards your chest. You're not just holding it And take the hands on the front of your knee or your shin to do that. So we're trying to stretch a little bit through your hip and through the lower back. Now from there, we're going to move into a hamstring stretch. So this time we will take the hands in the back of your thigh. And as you breathe out, we'll start to lengthen the leg up, but not too quickly. So take your time, ease into it. And then when you get there, if you want to, maybe moving your hands a little bit further up the leg, but just see how that feels. Maybe point your toes and flex your feet. And then circle the ankle one way and then the other way. Now from there, start to re-bend that right leg, so draw it in. This time using your left hand, you're going to draw your right knee all the way over towards the left side. So we're coming in for a little hip stretch. So you could stretch away through your right arm if you want. Maybe look along your right hand. Okay, when you're ready, make your way back to the centre. We're going to go the other way this time. So right hand on the right knee, and then take the right leg over to the right. So again, keep the leg bent, just opening up in your hip a little bit and through the inner thighs. Okay, back towards the centre. We'll draw both knees in when you come in, and we'll keep the left knee in and extend your right leg away. So again, as it extends away, try and draw that left knee in as much as you can to get a little stretch through the lower back and a little bit through your hips. We'll come in for that hamstring stretch, so hands behind the back of your thighs, start to lengthen through your leg again. So just take it to where you can. Maybe move your hands a little bit further up the leg if it feels open, but keep your shoulders relaxed, your head relaxed. Okay, from there, slowly start to re-bend that leg. This time with your right hand, we'll take hold of that left knee and draw it all the way over towards the right side. Maybe stretching the left arm away and looking along that left hand. Back to the centre when you're ready. So this time with your left hand, if you take the knee all the way over towards the left side. So keep the leg bent, open up through your hips, press down through your right hip bone. Back towards the centre when you're ready. Draw both knees in towards your chest. Maybe take a little roll side to side, forwards and back. And then we're going to start to come up to sitting. So you can roll yourself up when you're ready. Find a comfortable seat. We'll just relax the shoulders a little bit. Maybe drop your chin to your chest. Lift the chin up. Drop the ear towards one side. Move to the centre. We'll go the other way. Bring it back in. Again, maybe roll the shoulders towards the front this time. Well done. Okay, that is you, ladies. Thank you very much indeed. Any questions, please just ask and I'll try and help. So I'll stop that recording. And you can